Today was day 3 of testimony in the trial of Sheriff Mike Blakely, and co-workers of Blakely took the stand today to testify for the state. Our Nixon Norman has updates on what these witnesses said today in court.
4 witnesses took the stand today, and 3 of them work for the man on trial. All 3 of these witnesses have had close interactions with Blakely throughout the years. The first witness was more so on the administrative side of things, like supervising finances at the department. This witness was questioned about how Blakely would receive per diem for work-related trips, but also ask for extra money on top of his per diem allowance. This same witness is the second person to admit to wiring Blakely money while he was allegedly traveling for law enforcement training sessions. The next 2 witnesses, also employed by the Sheriff's Department, accompanied Blakely on trips to Las Vegas in 2014 and 2015 for training conferences. They also gave money to Blakely, and one witness hinted that the cash may have been needed for the casino. Neither claimed of knowing about the wire money transfer sent from the Sheriff's Department while in Vegas, but all 3 say that they never felt threatened by Blakely when he asked to borrow money. The last witness of the day was actually from Las Vegas and works at a casino where Blakely allegedly gambled during his visits. The witness walked the court through some documents to show that a card used for gambling games and machines registered to Michael A. Blakely was used repeatedly. These documents showed the time each game was played, what kind of game was played, and if there was a win or loss. The defense brought up that anybody could have taken the card and used it under Blakely's name, even Blakely's now deceased wife. Day 4 of testimony starts tomorrow, and more witnesses will be called to the stand for the state. Putting the Valley first, Nixon Norman, WZDX News.